God bless America. Hello, everybody. I am the Talk Radio Protege. This is the Protege Program. Second bonus video for you today. Not the second bonus video, but a bonus video. The second video from today. Earlier, we talked about the Syrian civil war and the alleged, the gas attacks being carried out on Syrian civilians, allegedly done by the Syrian government. I had some thoughts about that. Some of them probably controversial. Go check that video out if you're interested in more information about that. Right now we're talking about the Russian bots stuff that's been going on. I'm sure that you have all heard about Russian bots because Russian bots tend to come up whenever there's a big Twitter campaign in favor of a conservative movement. I'm sure you remember seeing headlines that said Russian bots in favor of the Second Amendment, Russian bots in favor of Laura Ingraham, Russian bots in support of Laura Ingram's comments. I can remember seeing those headlines, and I was wondering where these media people were getting off telling us that there is no substance to conservative Twitter campaigns. It's all Russian bots. Well, apparently we have the answers. This from Fox News, also from the Daily Caller. This Fox News writer has sourced much of the information in this column from the Daily Caller. The Alliance for Securing Democracy's Hamilton 68 dashboard is a service that aims to display data about Russian propaganda efforts. Now that's interesting. It is often used by news organizations seeking to pin support for conservative media, conspiracy theories, and right-leaning views on Russian bots. Now that's interesting. So maybe there is some substance to the claim that there are Russian bots behind conservative movements. But the group's communications director says most reporting on the dashboard is inherently inaccurate. Now, if you'd like to skip ahead, I'll let you read this big, bold portion here, but I'm going to go a little bit slower. Schaefer told Daily Caller's Peter Hayson that his group doesn't specifically track bots. Bots are only a small portion of the network that we monitor. We've tried to make this point clear in all our published reporting, yet most of the third-party reporting on the dashboard continues to appear with some variation of the headline, Russian bots are pushing X. Now, I've seen that headline a few times. I've seen that headline multiple times in regard to conservative movements, especially on Twitter. They would say that Russian bots are tweeting some hashtag that's a conservative movement. Daily Caller found several examples of inaccurate reporting, including a Business Insider article originally headlined, Russian bots are rallying behind embattled Fox News host Laura Ingraham as advertisers dump her show. I remember reading that exact headline. The inaccurate story resulted in a Washington Post story citing Business Insider. The truth is, nobody has any idea if the social media accounts tweeting support for Ingraham were actually bots. Business Insider eventually corrected its story, but it had already been viewed by more than 100,000 people. Haysom pointed out that the sources used in the inaccurate articles are misrepresented, such as botcheck.me, another site used to track propaganda. Botcheck's co-founder, Ash Bot, I assume that's how you pronounce bot, or bat, maybe it's bat, I don't know, admitted that there is no proof to show that the bots his site tracks are Russian. But that didn't stop Business Insider and the Post from using Russian bots in headlines. This is part of... Maybe the headline for this video will be... I used a similar headline back when I was talking about part of what the Young Turks were doing. Maybe it's the same thing. It's part of this tactic is the react to the headline tactic. The headline is something so unthinkable, so untenable. Well, not untenable. Untenable is the wrong word. Outrageous. That if it were true, you should be outraged. And that's part of the tactic that the left media likes to use, to get you outraged about the story before you've even read the article and understand everything that's going on. Another part of this specific incident is another left media tactic that often comes into play when it comes to the outrageous headline. And that is telling a piece of the truth, but stating it in such a way that it looks like all of the truth. Maybe there are some accounts on Twitter that are Russian bots that are tweeting in support of the Second Amendment or Laura Ingraham. But it can't be that that's all of the activity. After all, there are hundreds of thousands of conservatives, maybe even millions, that use Twitter on a daily basis. How could it be true that the only Twitter accounts that are tweeting in support of these issues are Russian bots? That doesn't seem to compute. That doesn't make sense. And yet, it's what the mainstream, the left media, is telling us a lot of the times about these Twitter campaigns. Check out this story. There is more to it. I think I've said all that I need to say. Really, my suspicions have been confirmed that the left media is either making it up or conflating small pieces of the facts or outright lying about the conservative Twitter campaigns that have been pushed in recent weeks and months. That's going to do it for this bonus video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did. If you want to see more content like this one, hit subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so that you don't miss another video. We'll be back tomorrow with a new report. Until then, good night and God bless.